Hi everyone, this is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor Mr. Roldan Ardines to use this as an educational material. Thank you. The learning objectives are discuss the history of global media and culture, analyze how various media drive various forms of global integration, and explain the dynamic between local and global production. What is the role of media in globalization? Give the pros and cons of globalization. Is there globalization without media? Is media globalization a form of cultural imperialism? Global media and cultures create a continuous cultural exchange in which crucial aspects such as identity, nationality, religion, behavioral norms, and way of life are continuously questioned and challenged. Through international news, broadcast, television programming, new technologies, film and music, the mass media are seen as playing a significant role in advancing globalization, facilitating culture exchange and multiple flow of information and image between countries and helping to improve relationship with other countries by making them more transparent. Global media and cultures gives information to the public about various cultures while highlighting its positive qualities. Media also has a significant impact on how many communities throughout the world develop their respective cultures, helping to avoid prejudice and stereotyping in the process.
Good day, sir. I am Decadent Journey, and my topic is analyze how various media drive different forms of global integration. So, various media play a vital role in a driving global integration in this quest. Television and film facilitate cultural exchange and understanding, fostering a global cultural integration. Social media platforms connect individuals worldwide, enhancing social interactions. News media, on the other hand, contribute to economic and political integrations by disseminating information that influences international policies and trade. Overall, diverse forms of media contribute to a multifaceted global interventions encompassing culture, society, and governance.
Good day, I am Decadent Delegado Ronaldo and today I am going to explain about the dynamic between local and global production. So, the dynamic between local and global production is a complex interplay of influences, interactions, and impacts on the creation and dissemination of cultural products. Local production represents the unique artistic expressions, traditions, and heritage of a specific community, region, or country. It is rooted in a local history, customs, and identities. So, this type of cultural production often serves as a source of identity, pride, and continuity of communities. So, global cultural production, on the other hand, is it encompasses cultural products that have a border. So, often international appeal, these products may be influenced by a multiple cultures and are designed to reach a global audience. They often incorporate elements from the various traditions, creating a fusion of ideas and aesthetics. So, going back to the dynamics between these two, it can be characterized by several key factors. So, number one is cultural exchange. So, globalization and advancements in communication and technology have facilitated the exchange of cultural ideas and practices. So, local artists and creators can now engage with global trends and incorporate them into their work, while global audiences has an access, or they can gain access to their work. So the second one is the homogenization versus the diversity. So there is a tension between the potential homogenization of cultures due to the global spread of popular culture. So and the preservation of local diversity. So some argue that the global cultural production can lead to the erosion of unique local traditions, while others see it as an opportunity for cultural enrichment. So there are other factors like the economic considerations, cultural identity, and the hybridization and the access and exposure. But to summarize the topic, the dynamic between local and global cultural production is a multi-phased interplay that reflects the complexities of our interconnected world. So it involves the exchange of ideas, influences, and values. It can lead to both challenges and opportunities for the preservation and evolution of cultural expressions.
Role of media in globalization process. The media technologies are intended to reach a large audience by mass communication. Today, the media play a key role in enhancing globalization. Media also play important role in facilitating culture, exchanging flows of information between countries. The media spreads through international new broadcast, new technologies, television programming, film and music, and also radio. The communication is very important to media because without communication there is no media. And the biggest role of media in globalization process is to enhance globalization or to improve globalization. The example of this is facilitating cultures. So by the help of media and our new technologies nowadays, we can know their cultures, traditions and laws of other country, so that if we go to that country, we have ideas of what their cultures and what their traditions. And next is exchanging flows of information between countries. So as a part of globalization, that is so important that we know the news, we know the information. So the example of this is Ukraine and Russia. Why did Russia attack the Ukraine, or why did USA help the Ukraine or protect the Ukraine? So that is biggest role of media. The next example is in sports. What is the in NBA? So we can get some information of who has who has won the championship. Then next is the media spreads through international new broadcast. So the example of international new broadcast is Voice of America, and also there is a local new broadcast. So example of this is TV Patrol. So by the help of that broadcast, we can get some information. Example, if there is a typhoon in Philippines, so they give us information, or they give us information in order to us to prepare in the typhoon. And new technologies, television programming and film, and also the radio. So
Hello everyone, I am Decadet Makasero Kent Edge, and I'm here to discuss my topic, which is the role of media in globalization. So in today's fast-moving world, there is an increased amount of interdependence among nation states. How countries interact with each other
and the rules of countries in the international arena are greatly influenced by globalization. As a result, the international system and structures are always prone to change. One vital factor in international relations is the balance of power between different states. Starting from the early 20th century, the world experienced a multipolar and a bipolar international system. Multipolar refers to a situation in which there are multiple major powers and none of them is any more powerful than the other. In the globalized world, media sources play a crucial role in shaping public opinion and informing people about events and happening around the world. They can also be used as a tool for governments and other organizations to influence public opinion and promote particular agendas. However, it is important to be aware that media sources may also biases and should be critically evaluated. Additionally, the rise of the internet and social media has led to an increase in the number of media sources, making it even more important to be discerning in the sources one chooses to consume and trust. And that's all, and thank you.
So, give the pros of media globalization. Globalization has a great impact on the world, transforming social, political, cultural, and economic spheres of life. Innovations in transportation have been complemented by the swift development of communication technologies. So, media globalization has both advantages and disadvantages. Here are some of the pros or advantages of media globalization. First, access to diverse information. Media globalization provides people with access to a wide range of information, news, and entertainment from around the world. This exposure can lead to a more informed and culturally aware population. Second, cross-cultural understanding. It promotes cross-cultural understanding by allowing individuals to learn about and appreciate different cultures, traditions, and perspectives through media content from other countries. Third, global news coverage. Global media outlets can provide comprehensive coverage of international events, helping people stay informed about global issues, crises, and developments. Fourth, economic growth. The media industry is a significant contributor to economic growth, creating jobs and opportunities in areas like journalism, broadcasting, advertising, and entertainment. Fifth, cultural exchange. Media globalization enables cultural exchange through the sharing of music, movies, television shows, and literature, allowing for the spread of creative works worldwide. 6. Political impact. It can foster political awareness and activism as individuals gain access to diverse political viewpoints and news sources, potentially leading to more informed civic engagement. And lastly, is global advertising. Business can reach a broader and more diverse audience through global advertising campaigns, potentially increasing their market share and revenue.
So, what are the pros and cons of globalization? So, throughout history, commerce and business have been limited by certain geographic constraints. In its earliest day, trade happened between neighboring tribes and city-states. As humans domesticated the horse and other beasts of burden, the distance they could travel to trade increased. This distance increased further with the development of seafaring capabilities. Although humans have been using ships for centuries to transport goods, cargo, people, and ideas around the world, it wasn't until the development of the airplane that the blueprint of a globalized economy. was led. This was for a simple reason. It allowed us to travel greater distances faster than ever before. The development of the internet and easier means of communication and collaboration propelled us from those early days of globalization to where we are today. A few taps of clicks away from a co-work business partner, customer, or friend. Globalization had numerous effects, both positive and negative, on business and society at large. Here's an overview of the pros and cons of globalization in business.
Is there a globalization to occur without media? I think it's impossible for globalization to occur without media. It is because media is the one who gives information not only in every country but globally and internationally. Mass media plays a key role in extension of globalization process. The media components such as television, internet, computers, etc. are considered to have a paramount influence on globalization. Radio is one of the easiest and cheapest media sources. Without media, it will be difficult for countries to communicate with each other. Media already started a long time ago. In past, the source of media are newspapers, press, and scriptures, etc., which is used to inform other people. Today, media are usually used for politics, promotion, and negotiation. In this generation, to build negotiation between country to country, they don't need to talk with each other in person because of media. Even they are separated by seas, they stay connected.
Is there globalization without media? Globalization, as we understand it, it is the process of connecting nations, cultures, and economies like never before. It's the force that allows ideas, goods, services, and people to transcend borders. And at the heart of this transformation is the media. So, what is media? Media acts as the bridge that brings the world closer to us. It's the messenger that delivers news from far-flung places, introduces us to the diverse cultures, and provides access to the information from across the globe with a simple click. Without media, the exchange of information, cultural understanding, and global awareness would be severely limited. So, is there globalization without media? The answer is globalization can exist without media, but its scope and impact would be significantly limited. Globalization primarily involves the intensifying interconnections between countries, cultures, and economies, while media plays a crucial role in facilitating and accelerating these connections. Other factors like international trade agreements, diplomacy, technological advancement, and multinational corporations have contributed to the globalization throughout history. Mm, Before the digital age of globalization was still happening through these other means. However, media, especially in its contemporary digital forms, has amplified and accelerated the process. It serves as a power tool for disseminating information, fostering cross-cultural understanding, and connecting people across borders. So, while globalization is possible without media, media greatly enhances and shapes the way we experience and perceive globalization in today's world. In conclusion, while globalization can exist without media, its potential and reach are significantly expanded with the presence of media in its various forms. Media acts as a catalyst, allowing ideas, information, and culture to transcend geographical boundaries, making the world more interconnected, than ever before. Therefore, in the modern era, media is an integral and inseparable component of the globalization process, play a pivotal role in shaping our understanding of this complex phenomena.
I'm Cadet Benjamin Luis Caballero. So, is media globalization a form of cultural imperialism? Media globalization, the spread of movies, TV shows, and news worldwide due to technology and big global media companies, is a topic that sparks debate about whether it leads to cultural imperialism. Some argue that it can be indeed a form of cultural imperialism. They point out that because these big media companies often create content catering to a broad global audience, it tends to reflect the values of one powerful culture, typically Western. This can make the media landscape feel uniform, sidelining local and diverse voices. Critics also note that the widespread presence of global media can push aside local cultures and languages, with, for example, Hollywood movies overshadowing local films. Moreover, they highlight that the economic and power imbalances in the media industry, with big corporations from wealthy countries holding significant sway, can further reinforce the dominance of certain cultures. However, it's essential to consider that not everyone views media globalization negatively. Some argue that it can foster cultural exchange, expose people to diverse perspectives, and provide a platform for marginalized movie voices to reach a global audience. In essence, whether media globalization amounts to cultural imperialism is a nuanced and ongoing discussion influenced by various perspectives and context.
Is media globalization a form of cultural imperialism? For me, yes, the media and globalization can contribute a cultural imperialism when media from one dominant culture is widely disseminated and consumed globally. It can lead to homogenization of culture and the dominance of one culture over others. This can result in erosion of local traditions, values, and identities.